Okay, then this is something a bit different, hence it being on my Ben Way's World channel. It's not gaming related. It's something I came across on Twitter. I spend a lot of time on Twitter. It is my favourite social media thing outside of YouTube. One of the things I follow on Twitter is the Daily Mirror newspaper. It's trashy, it's rubbish. It is the least, what's the word I'm looking for? Intellectual, respectable, whatever. It's left wing, you know. Well, not particularly, it's a bit centrist really, but you know, most of the papers in the UK are so disgustingly right wing that I just would not even consider reading them. But the Mirror, you know, I follow it. Occasionally might see something worthy of reading. Anyway, one of the things in it, it's probably more trashy output. Not as trashy as the Independent. I actually stopped following that, but it still gets pretty trashy. Was this 50 signs that you're middle-aged thing, and I thought, okay, well, we're kind of hitting that point. Let's have a read. Just, I mean, you don't take things like this seriously, and I mean, what is middle-aged and who cares? Does it matter? No, it really doesn't, but it's a bit of fun. So I thought I'd have a read, and as I read it, I was answering the questions to myself, and I thought, well, let's just make a video of this and I can talk about it and see how do I relate, how many of these things apply to me. Number one, you start to notice the people you work with could potentially be your children. Yes, absolutely. I work with a variety of people in my place of work, and they kind of vary in age from somewhere around my age down to the youngest I think is about 21, because I'm working in a pub. The manager, God, the manager is young in it, or they're changing managers now. That I haven't met the new one, but the one who's leaving, yeah, he's probably young enough to be my son. If I had become a father at the earliest legal age, and maybe even a bit later than that actually, yeah, he could be my son. And that's kind of like, he's one of the older people there. Ones who are older than him are few and far between there. People are mostly in their 20s and a few in, you know, early 30s. The funny thing is, I actually have to think about it. I have to remind myself of the fact that I'm actually a good bit older than most of those people. I feel the same age. I feel 30. Except physically every now and then my body does things that tell me, you ain't 30, mate, you're having a laugh and you're not doing that anymore, or you're going to fall over. But yeah, it does, it kind of makes you pause for thought. Number two, buying a new carpet becomes more important than spending money on clothes. That old tank top will come back in fashion one day. No, absolutely not. Could not give a crap about carpets. Partly because they're not a factor where I live at the moment. This place, the carpet, it comes with carpets. You don't have the option of changing the carpets, which is a shame, in that I'm going to have to get a carpet shampooer on this. It was grubby as hell when I came here. It's actually on the maintenance report of the place. You know, the room is decorated, but the carpet's shite. Just worn, not worn. Whoever was here before me just didn't take their shoes off after work, and it gets like, it's like office carpet anyway. And or like, I worked at an engineering company that had carpet like this, and engineers or machinists would come walking through with their oily boots and leave grey tracks across the carpet, and it's like that. I need to get the shampooer in here. Yep. Okay, number three. You spend hours staring into the mirror checking for grey hairs and wrinkles. Nope. No, I don't. I'm aware of grey in my beard. I don't care. I actually kind of like it. There's some grey in me hair getting there. That's quite recent actually. That's wow, look at that there. That's post-separation grey hair, but really I don't care. It don't bother me. Wrinkles, yeah, I mean, this is a thing, but I don't care. I'm quite comfortable with how I look. You give up and finally visit the opticians after realising you perhaps need glasses after all. Now, it doesn't even apply. I've been wearing glasses since I was 14. It's not so much give up and finally visit the opticians after realising you perhaps need glasses. It's more a case of I take off my glasses and I realise I'm probably legally blind. It's like, where's the camera? No, I mean, I can tell if there's someone else in the room, but I can't tell who they are. Who's that there? Because I can't tell. There's this moving blob on the little camera screen. I wouldn't know that was me. And I'm like 2.5 feet away from the camera. Maybe is that 3 feet? No, that's about 2.5 feet. And I can't recognise my own face. Yeah. Okay. 5. You realise you're older than most of the authors, actors, presenters and musicians that you like. No, because most of the authors, actors, presenters and musicians that I like are either still going and have been for donkey's years, or they're dead. And that's tragic. I don't like anything that is coming out currently musically at all. The last musician who did anything who was new that I liked was Christine and the Queens, and that was her first album. I've heard some bits of her new album, and no. Before that was Grimes. Her album is the album Oblivion, I think it is. I like that album. Nothing else contemporary at all. Actors, yeah, I guess. There are current actors who I like who are certainly younger than me and whatever. Presenters, couldn't give a monkeys about TV. Actually, I mean, most of what I watch, there are no presenters. I don't watch broadcast television because there's nothing on there that interests me, really, and particularly not news. It's all propaganda and I hate all of it. So most of what I watch is Netflix, and it doesn't have presenters, and in fact a lot of what I'm watching at the moment is animated, so whoever the voice actors are, I don't even know them except Christian Slater in Archer, and I don't know how old he is. I do like Archer. I'm binging on that at the moment. I absolutely love it. It's sick and twisted and hilarious. 6. You asked your travel agent about a cruise holiday. No. No. Just no. Never flown. Don't want to go on a ship either. I don't want to go abroad, really. I mean, I suppose if I was going to go abroad, I would want to go to one of the Scandinavian countries. But a cruise? No. No. The less time on a boat, the better. Travel agent, no, wouldn't want to do that either. Just ugh. 7. You're happy to spend big money on boring things like a garden fence, telling yourself it'll be an investment. No. Firstly, I don't have big money, and secondly, I don't have a garden, and thirdly, if I did, I wouldn't give a crap about garden fences. And how is a fence an investment? It's going to rot and fall down. No. No, don't care about things like that. It's not a computer or a video game, so I don't want it. 8. Those jeans you've had for the last 10 years no longer fit. Actually, they do. I put on weight over the past... Well, no, over a period of time I put on weight. I went up to about 12.5 stone, and it took me 2 years, but I've lost it all, and I'm now the same weight that I was when I was let's say 35. Yeah, about that. Which is, I weigh about 10 stone 6, and I'm 5'6", so I'm pretty slim. 9. A shopping spree means going to the garden centre. Absolutely not. I bloody hate garden centres. I've been dragged around a few. I can't think of many things that are more boring. No, don't like gardening. I've been dragged into gardening in the past. I bloody hate it. I don't want to do it. I don't want anything to do with it. Gardening sucks. Give it to someone else. Don't care. If I had a garden of my own, I would just let it go to nature. You know, trees, bushes, let them overgrow, grass up to here, you know. Garden centres. No. 10. You've taken active interest in the world of politics. Yeah, absolutely do. I am a paid up card carrying member of the Labour Party. To say I'm political is an understatement. Yeah. 11. You know exactly what... Having said that about politics, though, I've been interested in politics since I was in my 20s, so that's not a middle-aged thing. Being a member of the Labour Party is fairly recent. That's like the past... Well, that's since Corbyn. I joined to be able to vote for him as leader. But I've been into politics since I was 20-ish. Right, okay. 11. You know exactly what you like to listen to on the radio and listen to the same LPs on repeat. Well, I'll tell you what I like to listen to on the radio. Nothing, because the radio does not play what I like to listen to. So if the radio's on, I'm not hearing anything that I like. Listen to the same LPs on repeat? Well, when I'm not going to sleep, if I'm sitting here at my computer, or if I'm at work, I have my collection on shuffle repeat. So it will just play a random selection of my favourite several thousand tunes randomly, and it just never ends. Don't know what it's going to play, but whatever it plays, I like it. When I go to sleep, I'll tell you exactly what I play. I struggle with sleep. I need a certain amount of noise just to stop the voices in my head. I don't hear voices, but chatter, monologue, internal monologue, or it's kind of like a dialogue, but with myself. And it, you know, it can keep a person awake. It keeps me awake. So I found either there are certain jazz albums, well, it's compilation, and I've got a jazz compilation of 4 discs, and is it called the Black Box something or other, and disc 2 I can listen to, but my favourite currently is Dead Can Dance. I've got a collection of 3 albums and 1 miscellaneous selection of songs. So there is Anastasis, The Serpent's Egg, and Within the Realm of a Dying Sun, and then a load of miscellaneous, and I put those on repeat, and they play all night, and they are incredible. I don't know what the bloke's name is, but his voice is magnificent. And then you've got God, what's her name? I'm going to blank on her name now, and she has got the most amazing voice. Yeah, I've lost it. Epic voices, and the music is... Google them, look them up, listen to them on YouTube. Dead Can Dance. For sleeping to, they really do it for me. In the day, it's weird actually, that's only at night. In the daytime, I can sleep to 9 Inch Nails. I could sleep to... I used to sleep to Ministry. I could probably sleep to Motorhead in the daytime, but at night it's got to be these, and I'll just leave it on repeat and at a low volume so that no one else can hear it in this house. Yeah, It's really good because it filters into my dreams, and that can be kind of interesting. Okay, 12. You suddenly start booking more holidays, telling yourself life is too short. Well, I tell you what, I frequently tell myself life is too short. To me, now, time is precious. The most precious thing you can give a person is your time, as far as I'm concerned. When you hit middle age, you realise you're not immortal anymore. You thought you were, but people start dying and you realise, shit, that could have been me. But start booking more holidays. No, I have not had a holiday in the last year. I was entitled to it, but I didn't take it. For 7 months, I didn't have a single day off at all. I worked every single day, 7 days a week for 7 months. Now I get 1 day off a week, and I haven't booked any holiday. Partly it kind of feels like doing penance. I didn't work for quite a long time, partly because I was studying and partly because I just could not find work that I could do that was just where they would have me. Yeah, I applied for so many jobs and just heard nothing, and then there's lots of jobs out there but I couldn't do them. So anyway, it kind of feels like doing penance, and partly it is that if I go on holiday, someone else is going to do... There are 2 of us who do it, and I do this downstairs to a certain standard, and I know that whoever covers my work if I go on holiday, they're not going to do it as well as me. I know this, I know what all the other people who might do it, what their standards are like, and it's piss poor. And since I can't actually go anywhere anyway because I look after the dogs in the week, like I go around to Andrea's in the daytime for a couple of hours and look after the dogs while she's at work. Even if I take holiday off work, I can't go anywhere. So I'm like, yeah, I haven't booked any. I can't see the point. I actually enjoy going and doing me job. It's like it adds some structure to me day. It gives it a little bit of purpose, making that pub shine. That downstairs in that pub shines when I've done it, where when the people who did it before me did it, it was a grubby mess. Yep. Okay. 13. The majority of your cash goes on soft furnishings. Absolutely not. No. There's my bed, that came with the place. There's this chair, it's old and kind of grubby actually, and there's nowhere there are no soft furnishings in here. I've got nowhere to put them. No. 14. You join a gym after catching sight of your reflection getting out of the bath. No, my physique is magnificent. Well, it kind of ain't. I'm kind of skinny, but no, I don't need to join a gym unless I wanted to put on a bit of muscle, and I can't afford to join a gym anyway, and I just don't give a crap. I can't be bothered with all that. I'm physically in as good a shape as I have ever been, really. Yeah, none of that. 15. You've got no time for fools. Absolutely, but I never have. That's not a middle-aged thing with me. I value my time more than I used to, but I have never... It's not a question of not suffered fools lightly. I don't suffer fools at all. I have no time for them. If someone's talking shite, I'm like, just sod off, don't waste my time, I'm not interested. Okay, 16. At work, you're happy for someone else to take charge. Well, that depends on the job. I kind of not really, actually. I like to be left alone. I know what my job is. I don't need to be managed. I definitely don't need to be micromanaged. The only thing my supervisor ever needs to do is send someone to resupply me with cleaning products. Other than that, they can sod off and leave me to it. when I worked in warehouses, I generally found that the supervisors and or managers were fucking idiots, and I really felt like I should have been managing, because they were fucking idiots and they did not know what they were doing. And generally, if something needed a solution, the solution they would find was generally stupid and made the situation worse. My problem was I would tell them that. It did not serve me well. I was not popular with management. Okay. So, happy for someone else to take charge? Not really. Not if they're idiots. 17. You're always prepared for every eventuality when you leave the house. You just might need that brolly during a heat wave. Less recently than I have been. I used to carry a man bag around with me everywhere that was full of stuff, and now I don't. And I don't know when that changed exactly. I have an amount of stuff in my pockets in my jacket. Actually, it's only in my pockets. I will always have my wallet. I never carry cash anymore because everywhere's got these contactless doofers, so I use that, which is great. So I have my wallet. I have got that Cool Baby RS97 in my pocket. I have a pack of Rennies and I have some paracetamol. And that's it. And sometimes there's a Swiss Army knife in one of me. I think that's in my coat actually. Yeah. And that is it. I'll take a brolly if it looks like it's going to rain. But more often than not, mind you, in my car, oh my god, I just survival gear. I've got my Armageddon box in the car. Actually, not because I particularly want it in the car, but because it won't fit in here. But it's basically camping gear, really. It's all the stuff you would need to survive in the event of the breakdown of civilization. Except it probably isn't. There's probably a crap ton of stuff that you would need that I haven't got. But whatever. Be prepared. 18. You actually know the names of plants and start growing your own vegetables? No, absolutely not. I know that green stuff is called grass, and I know a dandelion from a daisy, but that's about it. Yeah, I can recognise one or two trees. I know a daffodil from a tulip. No, don't really care. They're pretty or they're not. I like to take photos of them. I don't necessarily know what they are. 19. You snub own brands in the supermarket for posh grub. Pot noodles are for students, right? No. I'll eat a pot noodle. I'm not proud. I probably eat one of those mugshot things 2 or 3 times a week. I used to only eat Kellogg's cornflakes. Now I don't care, I'll eat any supermarket brand. But soup, I do like Heinz soup. For a long while it would be like Heinz tomato soup. Now I'm into Heinz chicken soup. And I prefer Heinz to other ones. But, you know, if all I can get is an own brand supermarket thing, I will give it a go. Yeah, I'm not snobbish about food, really. I'm trying to go for healthy stuff. There's a lot more like salad leaves and vegetables and a bit of fruit and stuff. Not too much meat. I'm trying to cut down on the fish, actually. I have been eating fish for the past 2 or 3 years, like every morning for breakfast, sardine and salad sandwich, because fish oil, good for the brain, ward off dementia. And I'm a bit worried about dementia because my dad lost his marbles, and some things say yes, it's genetic, and others say no, it's not. I've got high blood pressure, that increases the risks. I take omeprazole, that also increases the risks. It's all a bit scary and crap, so anything I can do to ward off the risks. But then, of course, I read, actually, if you eat too much fish, you get mercury poisoning, and that'll trash your memory and other things. So it's like, well, crap. And my memory is shot, and I do think, is that mercury? So I've cut down on the amount of fish. I'm just having, you know, my sardine and salad sandwich maybe a couple of times a week, and have something else other days. It's proving difficult. I like routine, and that has broken my routine, and whatever. 20. A big night out has to be at the weekend because you need all week to plan it and recover. Big night out? No. No, no. I don't do those. Never mind be at the weekend because I need time to plan it. No, I need all week to avoid it, to find an excuse. Actually, that's not even true, because anyone who knows me knows, don't invite me out because I won't go. Simple as that. I am not going anywhere. No. 21. In clothes shops, you go for things that look comfortable. Clothes shops? It's called Amazon. I do go to Matalan to buy me jeans, and it's not about comfort, it's about being the right size and being black. That's it. Black jeans, 30-inch waist, short. That's all I need to know. 22. You ask for stuff for the home for your birthday or Christmas. Hell no, I ask for video games. Stupid. 23. You say the speed aware course is better than 3 points on your clean license. I don't speed. Never going to happen. I'm quite a nervous driver, and I do abide by the speed limit. Saying that, I was speeding when I took my test because I was driving a different car and I was used to how far I was pushing the accelerator and how fast that would make me go. But then for the test I was in a different car, and for the same amount of foot pressure the car went faster. So in the 30 limits I was doing about 40. But fortunately the examiner couldn't see the speedo from where he was sitting. He knew I was speeding, but he didn't know by how much. So he gave me like a minor rather than a serious fault, which had he seen the speedo he would have just failed me instantly. Yep. But as a now, I don't feel like an experienced driver, but I've been driving 5 or 6 years. I don't speed. 24. You order the same thing from the takeaway. I used to. Now I just plain don't order takeaway. Partly because of where I live. It's just I'm on the first floor. If someone knocks on the door, I can't hear it. Someone else has to answer it, and I'm not going to inconvenience my housemates. I know who it is who would have to answer it, and she answers it for loads of people, and I know it's crappy. I just think people are inconsiderate. So no. But even if I wasn't living here, I had already stopped ordering takeaway because I was finding my digestive system is getting a little bit sensitive, and probably the last 2 or 3 times I had takeaway, I had terrible indigestion, really bad. Felt sick, wasn't quite sick, but thought I was gonna be, and I hate that. I really do. So no more takeaway for me. 25. You convince yourself the finer things in life are worth the investment. I don't know what the finer things in life are. I have absolutely no idea. Are they computers or video games? 26. You start planning major renovations to your home. My home? No. No, absolutely not. 27. Your fridge is packed with healthy vegetables. Well, beetroot. I have beetroot, I have salad leaves, there are apples, there are strawberries, corned beef. That's a vegetable, isn't it? Yeah. And dairy leaf slices, they're also a vegetable. 28. You suddenly change your hair colour or get a new style. No, no, no. I last dyed my hair when I was about 17. Something like that. Yeah. No, I was about 19 actually. I was still dyeing it black with a blue tint when I was 20-ish. This haircut style, lack of style, I have had since I was, again, about 20. I never used to know how I wanted it cut. I mean, I don't give a crap about a fashionable style. I just want it to look not a mess. So, but I also hate getting my hair cut. It's that invasion of personal space thing. I don't want someone I'm not intimate with standing that close to me. It's all very pleasant having a pretty woman shoving her boobs in your face, but if it's a complete stranger, I'm uncomfortable. So I don't like going. So I have it cut short, and then I don't go for ages until it starts getting messy. So it's like 8 on top, 5 on the back and sides, with a trimmer thingamajig. They can do that really quick, and I can get the hell out of there. And it's tidy. And if it's not fashionable, I don't give a crap. And I've been having this cut since I was 20-ish. Because it used to be I didn't know what I wanted. I'd go in there and say, I want it short, that's about all I know really. Short and tidy, do what you like. And sometimes it looked alright and sometimes it didn't. And it was always a bit pot luck. And then one time, and this was, I was still in Milton Keynes, the woman did this to it. And I was like, I really like that. What did you do? Because she just did it with the trimmer. No messing about with scissors. She just got the trimmer out, went whoosh, 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 changed it, whoosh, whoosh, done. And I was like, wow. And I asked her, what did you do? And she said 8 on top, 5 on the back and sides. Piece of cake. And that's what I've had ever since. New style. 29. You know what wine goes with which food? Yes. None. Beer, please. Actually, I don't mind wine, but it doesn't like me much. I haven't drunk wine in quite a long time. I guess I like wine. I can probably get drunk on wine. I can also get red. Last time I drank red wine, I probably drank too much. It was a Merlot of some sort or another, and I drank most of the bottle, and I was pretty hammered, and I had terrible diarrhea the next day, and I haven't drunk a whole bottle since then, because that kind of put me off, and it did give me a hangover. 30. You try to get on with your children's friends and be cool in front of them. Just to be clear, you're not fooling anyone. Children? No, absolutely not. I am aware that kids today speak a language that I do not understand. When someone is saying something is the shit, meaning it's good, I think they're from another planet. And what is this lit thing? And someone is woke. What? No. If that's cool, I don't want any part of it because they're talking shite. just no. 31. It becomes imperative for the cushions to match the curtains. What? 33. You get hangovers again. Yeah, absolutely. Probably in my 20s, and less, not so much in my 30s. In my 20s, I could never drink a lot. But, you know, I could, 4 pints was pretty much my limit. I would be adequately drunk on 4 pints, and I could get up the next day and I'd be alright. 5 pints and I'd throw up. Now, 1 pint and I'm alright. I'm not going to drink another pint because I'm going to have a pounding headache before I'm drunk, and I'm probably not going to get drunk. If I want to get drunk now, I've got to drink whiskey, and I will get a hangover. But if I drink beer to get drunk, I'll throw up and get a headache. I'll probably throw up and get a headache and still not get drunk. It sucks. Yeah, I bought some stouts, and I like Brewdog bit. Well, I like Saint 3 a.m. Really like that, and I can drink a couple of those, and it's like nice warm and fuzzy feeling, and not get a hangover. So I thought they're good, and I got this stout of theirs called Pitch Black Heart, and it's not strong. So I thought I'll have a couple of cans of that. Oh my God! No, in no way was I drunk, but God Almighty, did I have a hangover! I woke up in the middle of the night, and I thought I was having a stroke. Oh, I took paracetamol and I got up in the morning and it kind of eased off a bit, but wow. No, never drink that again. Well, if I do, it's like one can. The idea of drinking that to get drunk, Jesus, that'd kill me. Okay, 33. You buy quality pots and pans. What? I don't even own pots and pans. That's what microwaves are for. There's one over there, just there. I actually don't really use that a whole lot except for doing porridge. First thing in the morning. I don't like using it with it right next to the Commodore PET, though the PET does seem rugged enough to handle any stray microwaves, but there's just nowhere else to put it. 34. You buy a caravan, sports car, camper. Well, I can't afford any of those, but if I could, I would not buy a caravan. But I would love a sports car, and I would really love a camper. Or rather, I would like to buy a transit minibus. Actually, not even a transit, a VW, is it a T25 transporter, and convert it into a camper. Because I think they're cool, and yeah, I could spend some time in one of them. Oh dear. Yeah, and I mean sports car, well, I'd like a GT86. I'd settle for an MX-5. They're not really sports cars, are they? I mean, sure, I'd love a Ferrari 328 GTS, but got to be realistic. And I know that's not a particularly fast car by modern standards, but they are the most beautiful car ever made, except maybe a Zonda. Okay, 35. You'd only go to a festival if it's glamping. No, bollocks. I've never actually been to a festival, but I'm pretty sure I would enjoy it. I used to go to gigs, legal and otherwise, indoor and out, all sorts. No, I would be fine with a festival, I think. Don't need no glamping. Crappy tent, wellies, fine. Where are we at? 36. You take up cycling and go out clad in all lycra. Nah. I cycle, but lycra? Bollocks. No. People wearing lycra to cycle look like twats, as far as I'm concerned. You don't need all that shit. You can go out in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, or your coat if it's cold. It's just not necessary. It looks stupid. Wear a helmet if you want to. I don't. I haven't fallen off a bike since I was a kid. I don't cycle in heavy traffic. You got to be careful. You got to be responsible, but being responsible basically means not being stupid. Yeah. Okay. 37. You start shopping in the local butchers and greengrocers. I know there's a butcher's in town, but I'm pretty sure there's no greengrocers, and I don't shop in the butchers. So, no. Morrison's. 38. You ask younger colleagues for fashion advice. You think? What is this fashion of which they speak? No, never, not ever. I have never cared about fashion. I do not care about fashion. Could not give a crap. Black jeans, t-shirt, preferably black, with some kind of print on it, music or gaming or geekery of some sort. There, that. That's what I like to wear. Fashion, my arse. 39. You need Botox because it's not just laughter lines anymore. Fuck off. 40. You decide to train in something new. What? train. No, absolutely not. No. They are getting some new trains locally on the northern rail thingamajig. They're getting rid of the pacers and going to get something modern. So that's like a new kind of train. Is that what they mean? 41. You know the names of different crockery ranges? No. No, I do not. The only crockery. Here's the thing, when I lived with Andrea we had a dishwasher, so there was lots of crockery and it didn't matter, you know, if there was stacks and stacks of it at the end of the day, you didn't care about washing up, it was chuck it in the dishwasher, set it going overnight and it's all hunky-dory. Here, no, I've got a sink in my room, so that's cool. I don't have to worry about going down and doing it in the kitchen where everyone else has left their crap in the sink because they're lazy bastards. But I have one plate, one side plate, one bowl, several mugs, and I wash them after I use them, and I don't give a damn who they're made by or what. They're white, you know. I did once when I was 19. Worked for Noritake, Japanese Chinaware company, and they did have ranges of like dinner sets, tea sets, whatever, and I did know the names of them, but I had to because I worked there and it was necessary to recognise them, and I couldn't remember any of them. Can I remember any of them now? Tahoe, that was one, and I can't remember what it looked like, but I know that was one of the names. Okay. Moving on. 42. Nights out suddenly become dinner parties at home. No. 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 I don't actually go for nights out, but if I did, they would be out. I would go to the pub, you know, if I didn't have to get up at 4 AM and I had someone to go to the pub with, and there was a pub that wasn't going to be scary because it's full of yobs. Basically, if I still lived in Milton Keynes and I could get to the Volts bar, and I still had friends who were inclined to go drinking, I would go there. Dinner parties get stuffed, basically. No, no, no. 43. You revisit your old nightclub haunts only to find out they've been turned into flats. That's actually possible. Not that it was a nightclub, but there was a club I used to go to called the Counterpoint Club, and before that it was called the Compass Club. It was next to Bletchley Leisure Centre, and it was a great place, and I think they might have knocked it down. I'm not sure. They definitely knocked down the multi-storey car park that was there because it was collapsing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's there now. I haven't been there for a long time, and it's a shame. I miss Milton Keynes, to be honest. A lot of the people there, random strangers there, were more inclined to be arseholes than they are here. But I miss the place. This town is a shithole. Okay. 44. You start drinking smoothies and ask if things are gluten-free. No and no. Gluten-free, don't give a shit. I'm not... I haven't got that thing where you need gluten-free, and I've forgotten. I don't have celiac disease. If you don't have celiac disease, you don't need to go gluten-free, and anyone who tells you otherwise is talking shit. Drinking smoothies? No, don't give a crap. Don't like... I have drunk a smoothie, and I'm like, don't care. Don't care. No. 45. You post about everything on Facebook. Yes, everything. No. No, I don't. You may have seen what I post on Facebook on my Steve Benway account. And it's pretty much almost all gaming related. I've got another Facebook account which is for like friends and family, and I barely post anything at all on it actually. Occasionally some political stuff, occasionally the odd picture that I've taken on Instagram. Mostly I don't post anything because nothing interesting happens. There's nothing for me to talk about on that account, because none of my friends or family will give a crap about the gaming stuff, so I don't post that there. Yeah, no. Post everything? No. 46. You ditched the IKEA furniture. No, because I never had IKEA furniture. There is, I mean, this room came pre-furnished, and I don't know where the furniture came from, and I don't care. It's cheap and nasty, so it might have, but it's not mine, so I don't care. If I was in the kind of job that I could afford furniture and somewhere to put it, I probably wouldn't care. No. I would be more interested in the kind of shelving units that I could put all my games consoles and computers on. Far more interested in that. I mean, really, or what do I want in terms of furniture? I want racking or shelving for computers. I want one soft, comfy chair, maybe a sofa. I want one swivel chair for sitting at my computer, and I want a bed. That's it. I don't want anything else. Maybe like a chest of drawers and a wardrobe. I don't care what they look like, as long as they're functional. Doesn't matter. 47. You won't eat with a knife and fork that don't match. Well, now there's a thing, and this is an Asperger's thing. I don't care about whether they match, but I am really, really, really bloody fussy about knives and forks, cutlery, being comfortable, and by that I mean weight balanced. Let me show you a thing. I have had these knives and forks since I left my family home when I was like 19. That to me is the perfect fork, because you can do that. And if you got a fork or whatever that you can't do that, if the handle or the head end is too heavy to do that, I mean, it would actually be better if I had my finger right there. That I have to put it there is not ideal. But yeah, you've got to be able to balance it. And if you can't balance it, I don't want to use it. And most cutlery that you find in the shops these days, you can't do that. And you've got fat handles and bloody prongs are too long and all sorts of shit, and I don't like them. So these are like 30 years old. Yeah, I should buy some new ones, but I just can't find any that I like. Okay, 49. You sign up for a half marathon. Not bloody likely. No. I mean, I used to be able to run. I was never a distance runner anyway. I was a sprinter. 100 and 200 meters was my thing. No, I can't be bothered with all of that. I've got better things to do, like play video games or sleep. 50. You go clubbing before you get too old. I'm too old for clubbing. I'm not gonna do that. I was too old for clubbing by the time I was 30, for God's sake. No, that's stupid. You see anyone at the age of 50 in a nightclub, they're just a sad old git and everyone's laughing at them. There you go. I'm kind of glad that out of those 50, I probably didn't say yes to too many of them. But I mean, I am middle-aged, physically and mentally, some of it, but I still feel, like I said, I feel 30 mentally, and I do have to remind myself. I find myself talking with people at work or wherever who are about 30, and I think of myself as being in the same age bracket as them, and I have to remind myself they're probably looking at me as like just some old git. You know, that old geezer who does the cleaning at work. where I don't feel like that. That's probably a sign of being middle-aged, but I'll tell you the biggest sign of being middle-aged is you look at not quizzes, but things like lists like this and go through them to see if you're middle-aged. I am, but I don't feel it. There we go. That's that. Hope you were relatively entertained, or at least not too bored. I just kind of felt like doing it because it's something different. I don't know how many people will even watch it on this channel, but hey ho. Thank you for watching.